Like, first time I heard about it, I was like, okay, yeah, people are like, you know, it's crazy. Everyone, this thing is going to be crowded, and there are going to be so many people who are going to apply for this opportunity because this is a lifetime opportunity. And then, like, Miss Mali approached us, the debate team, and say like, oh gosh, you guys, my team, you need to apply. At least we need one of our delegates to go out and fly and spread the wings.
Ave ukhulwe ngumntana, ngumntana ongenangxaki, ngumntana ophaphileyo, umntana ondwebileyo nje ukukhula kwakhe, umntana obukuthanda udlala nabanye abantwana. Kodwa kuthi apha ekukhuleni kwakhe yangumntana xa umntana oyeziqonda izifundo wayeka ke ngokudlala. Uthe uqala kwakhe esikolweni wangumntana otitshayo, othanda utitsha abanye abantwana. Abantwana apha estratweni bethanda ugcwala apha endlini. So bebegcwala apha ephasejini ebatitsha. Bo ezincwadini uzimisele kakhulu. Ungumntana okuthanda ukufunda kakhulu. Nokubona iphepha kwalapha endlini. Uyalithatha uyalifunda. Nasesikolweni ke ungumntana obright kakhulu. Yo mina ndaqale ndothuka andifuna uxoka. Ndaqale ndayothuka loo nto leyo futhi ke zange ndikhawuleze ndiyamkele. Wayeza wafika evuya, mama ndikhethiwe for ubheke eDenmark. Ndathi hayi mntanam kupha apho ngoba mina andikwazi mna eDenmark zange ndaya. Wathi kuphesheya. Ndathi ke mna hayi mntanam awunokwazi uba ndingazange ndiye mna phesheya, kaloku phesheya kuthiwa kuyathengiswa abantwana. Uzawuya kanjani yena? Wathi hayi kaloku mama yinto yesikolo lena ndizukwazi uba ndingayi and kaloku andizuhamba ndodwa phansi uhamba noprincipal. Ndavuma kodwa but ndabe ndingavumi because ndandiqonda uba ndinoloyiko. Wafika waxelela utatakhe xa evela emsebenzini. Utatakhe wave wayamkela ke yena ke. Akabi nangxaki wathi hayi ntombam uba into edibene nesikolo yiya ndiyakukhulula hamba. Nami ke ngondazoba nomdla ke ngoxa ngomane ibalisa le nto mama eDenmark kuthiwa kukho into ezinje nenje. Kuzaba mnandi pha nami ndayamkela le nto ndavuya futhi ke ngoku nami ke ngoku.
Here in school I do debate and I got involved in the UNESCO camp when I applied for it. I did not even know where Denmark was when I applied. I just wanted the opportunity to do so. My class teacher asked me to write a letter to apply where I express myself and why do I want to go to Denmark. And I did so. We did an interview and I was chosen to be one of the delegates going to Denmark.
Hayi ndavuya kakhulu. Ndivuyiswe kuqala iperformance yakhe esikolweni. Ndamxelela into ethi yabona ke if awudlalanga ngoku akazuqala ubakho umntana ophumayo apha kwam ukuya overseas. Ndaqonda ke ngoku naye ke ngoku ilento ingathi imnika amaviri into ebalululekileyo ludumo lwakhe phaya kwaba bantu singabaziyo. Lento ayikhutshelwe esikolweni ibe yilento azawufika ayenze phaya. Umthandazo wami lowo.
Well, my family was really excited. You know, my mom announced it to every single WhatsApp contact she has, and even at church. So everyone knew that week was just about me going to Denmark. Hell, it was like Molo Njani. Oh, okay, so near Denmark in October. Like everyone at the house, everyone she knew.
When the phone locals told Snotando, uyawela. Engase ndikakloka ndiphume emsebenzini ngalamini indlela endandiyiyo azange kwawela mntu ifamily yami yonke. So ndabulela kakhulu kuThixo uyalithatha nyani ihlwembu alihlalise namanene.
Firstly, when I came here to Hector Peterson, my sister really encouraged me to join the school because it's a great school. there are also opportunities. There were posters that were hanged around the school that you need to give your application letter, motivational letter, and then you'll be called for an interview. It's like you are applying for a job. Like.
Unkazimlo ndingumama wakhe. Ungumntwana wesithathu ebantwaneni bam. Ndiphangela njenge-caregiver eDurbanville, eResgenot. Unkazimlo ungumntwana o-active kakhulu. Ndikhumbula xa esekrishi wayethanda kakhulu zititshala zakhe phaya nabantwana. Ndimnqwenelela uba unkazimlo afunde abe nekamva elihle. Ndike ndimjonge ndithi nkazimlo awungeke mhlawumbi ube ngugqirha athi hayi mama ngeke ndibe ngugqirha. Bendike ndimcingele mhlawumbi uba anganguye nopresident but akayifuni loo nto. Kodwa ke senjuthi kodwa iminqweno yam kuba kodwa unkazimlo abe nempumelelo entle.
I am expecting there in Denmark to meet different kinds of people. I want to socialize with them and to be more intimate with them. I want to familiarize myself with their way of working, their style, and I want to be involved in some organization that is to do with something that has got to eliminate the challenges that are faced by the whole world.
The opportunity was announced by the principal at an assembly, and when he announced it, it kind of felt like it was not true actually to me. It sounded surreal. It took time for me to process it, and my mom and my aunt was actually the people who pushed me into applying because I was very skeptical. I only found out then the next Monday when Miss Mali phoned my mom. My mom actually called and said that I was going to Denmark.
For me, I believe there are a lot of unpolished gold sitting in the site. And I think as a school, our aim is to tap into that space. Some of these kids, because they grew up in this kind of an environment, and that's how they view themselves. But given opportunities, you see a different kind of a learner image. You are right. The 4 candidates that were selected to go to Denmark, believe me, wouldn't have chosen them any better.
We have too few people educating on sustainable development goals, on our constitution, on governance in South Africa. We can't rely on the few people that's appointed by public institutions to teach the millions of people living in South Africa. If people are the beneficiaries of receiving such information, they should take up the responsibility of then sharing it with others who are maybe not in the position of receiving it from a public servant.
Teaching is probably one of the most difficult professions because you're not only expected to deliver a curriculum and be able to teach, but you also fulfill other roles like you're a police officer, you're a social worker, you're a counselor. Sometimes you fulfill the role of a parent, you're an advisor, and often teachers aren't really equipped in their studies to actually fulfill these roles.
I've always been a proponent of children developing holistically, not just the academic work, but also the physical exercise in terms of netball, the creativity in dance and music. So during PT, I taught myself how to do the folk dances so that I could teach the children. So when Johnny came to me, and it was this organization called the Extra-Mural Education Project, I was in like a shot.
MEP was really devoted to building the after-class time as a development platform for 5 things. Firstly, for the children, a wide range of extramurals and also house systems. Secondly, for the teachers, their personal and professional development. Thirdly, for parents, guardians, heads of household, because those are the primary adults in children's lives. And in this country, especially in working class communities, there was a big divide between the schools and the parents and the families. And fourthly, as the biggest infrastructure on the continent and often the only resource in a community to use the school after hours for the local community as a site for education, recreation, delivery site for support services. And then underneath all of that, the organizational development of the school so that they could actually do all of that.
Well, I want to say to my delegates that are going, particularly to Miss Mali, she's a very hardworking teacher. she has given without expecting anything in return. I remember the day announcing the staff that I've been given this opportunity, but I have decided to give this opportunity to her.
To me personally, I am very excited. One, I will tell you the honest truth. It is the first time to be even in the plane to take a flight. This is the first time, and also to go to another country. So I only know when I go to Eastern Cape, in rural areas and urban areas, then I go to PE. So I've never been in overseas.
I stayed here in Bloekombos since I was doing grade 1. So that means I am staying 9 years in this backyard. I've been given the opportunity of going to Denmark. It's not just because I'll be traveling, but especially because I'll be discussing the Sustainable Development Goals. And the topic that I've been given is the one that I'm very passionate about, which is no poverty. When you are living in poverty, you are really undermined by people. You are living in a state whereby your mom not working, you are not able to have some of the things that other people have. It's a very big issue. That is why I am so excited about the trip, that we are going to discuss the things that affect us the most, like poverty.
The idea for a global camp came up last year, where we would like to invite different schools from different parts of the world to meet, and also to meet with the Danish partner schools. So you could say we have a double focus. The goals from the United Nations, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, that's a present for an organization like UNESCO. And the other purpose, or the other goal, is that schools from international countries can meet with their partner schools here in Denmark.
So my name is Manuel, like you said, I'm from Ghana. And we're gonna do an icebreaker, okay? But we're gonna sing. So we're gonna get up. You are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, my friend. That's how it goes, okay? So can we try it? Can we go? All right, so you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, my friend.
Our job as facilitators of this global camp is to be a kind of pedagogical entrepreneurs. We try to build a bridge in which the schools can interact. They can decide which goals are important in Ghana, in South Africa, West Indies, in Spain or wherever, and they can decide themselves which of the goals they want to focus on. And that's the idea. And after the global camp, it's also their task to develop the partnership further.
One of the goals is actually to educate all the kids and the young people of the world to become global citizens. And when we bring each other together this way, we become global citizens because we learn to communicate with our language, and we learn to communicate with our bodies when we dance and we sing and we just join in together. So we are actually educating global citizens this way, where we join in together, get experiences together, do tasks together, and just get to know each other in a lot of different ways.
Operation Daily Work, which is where we help people who is in need. For example, last year we worked for a whole day to hold school, and when we earned a lot of money to help the young people at Greenland, because there are very many who are getting raped out there and many who have drinking problems and so on. So we want to help the community so that they can provide themselves and moving on with their life.
There you go. I've chosen goal number 14, life underwater, because living on an island, we're affected by water life. So if life underwater isn't healthy, we can't be healthy on the island.
We chose 3 global goals. We actually tackled 2, which is zero hunger and good health and well-being. Basically, good health and well-being, we tackled the mental health awareness part. We're just trying to figure out how we can implement life below water. It's very difficult in Lebanon.
As the group, we have chosen peace and justice as our topic, and we'll be thinking about sharing the daily life conflicts, contributing to the general conflicts of the world, because we've been thinking that the main conflicts will occur from the daily life conflicts, and if we can't improve ourselves in daily life, we won't be able to improve ourselves in our general life too.
I love it. I think it's so great. At first, you know, you're a little nervous and you might be a bit shy, but I just think it's so amazing being able to talk to different people and hearing their perspectives, because sometimes they'll say something that you're not at all aware of, and other times it might be something that you're already aware of, but oftentimes you learn something new that you're not really thinking about in your day-to-day life, or that maybe we take for granted. We're quite privileged here. So for instance, I told 2 girls that they could drink the tap water, and they were completely blown away, because how can you actually drink the tap water without being sick? But that's something that I, in my day-to-day life, take for granted.
We have chosen goal, no poverty, so that because we do not like to see people very suffering and very hungry, and the very big gap in the higher cost South Africa. If you are rich, you're the richest. If you are poor, you're poor.
You'll find the inequality. Only areas that leave those people have a lot of good facilities and services. That is why you find that if you want good services, you have to pay. You have to move from the township and go to the suburb in order to find that. You know, when you're moving from a township to a suburb, it's like you're moving from one country to another in South Africa. The gap between the poor and the rich is very huge. That is the thing.
You live in a township?
I live in this township. Yeah.
So your mother and brothers are sleeping with you too?
Yeah, we're 7 in that one room.
And you all slept with them?
Yes, all of us. So you find the room dirty, because you find me and my brother, okay, I sleep on the couch, my brother sleeping on the floor, and my sister also sleeping on the floor, my mom and 2 sisters on a single bed. You see, this is how we live.
I was thinking because of apartheid way back.
Apartheid, yeah.
How does that compare now, the rich and the poor?
It's
a big difference between...
It's 100% better. You know, although we're still suffering from the laws that they had, you know, such as Group Areas Act, whereby black people were removed from the suburbs and put in townships with no facilities. But then you are now allowed to go to that area. But then the black people cannot afford to go to that area, because we find that those rich people of that time took all the South African wealth, you know. So it is still in them. We cannot afford to take it back. That is why you find that black people are still fighting against, I'm not like racist, but black people are still fighting for land because it was taken away from them. They were moved from the good land or rich land and put in poor land. So they're still fighting for it. You'll find that when black people are putting their shacks, or people living in townships, putting their shacks in an empty land, you'll find they are removed. What for? For nothing.
What are you guys doing here?
We're here for the UNESCO Global Camp.
So what do you think about Denmark?
It's a nice place to live in. It's
Honestly.
chilled, it's fresh. It's
Fresh,
you know,
but it's
my-
cold. It's really cold.
Yeah, it's a place to come here during July or June.
Yeah, that's it. Was the trip long from South Africa to here?
Yeah, it was 24 hours.
All right. Have a nice trip and have a good stay. Yeah, good stay here in Denmark.
There's a lot of difference between our country and your country. Let's start from the beginning. You walk into city center in Copenhagen, the bicycles, the number of bicycles you see there. And for me, it's something that I wish our country could learn something from. Because if I was to use my bicycle, I'm just thinking how much money I would save from fuel. But more than that, the impact on the environment.
If South Africa can learn something from Denmark, or Denmark can learn something from South Africa, and we can use it, that's a non-zero-sum game. Both parties gain from it. So I only believe it's a good thing. I actually encourage more people to do this. People from all around the world to go visit each other, learn from each other, and be more globalized. Therefore, wars happen less often because of it, and people earn more. It's cheaper to learn from other people rather than taking it from other people.
It was nice meeting the mayor, whereby she told us about the challenges that they are facing here in Denmark, also how they want to fix them.
And also, like, it was very nice to see her that, like, she's trying to engage with people and to make people partake in achieving the SDGs.
She also told us that partnership, which is goal number 17, is the best, because with partnership, together we can do whatever, obviously. Yeah. It's unlike when you're doing something individually.
So at the global camp, I learned so much. We learned about the goals, the 17 UNESCO global goals, and also I learned that Denmark is so big, and I learned about the 3 islands in the short period that I had here. Denmark has a lot of possibility, and people in Denmark are so welcoming. The environment is so clean here. Not a lot of poverty. No one is really on the streets like in St. Croix. It's pretty different.
We've learned so much from the SDGs. We're taking a lot of methods, techniques, ideas back to our various countries because people are doing them, but they don't know there's a code or there's something called the SDGs or something important about making life sustainable. So we are taking all of this back to our countries, making them better. Hence the term United Nations, pulling each and every one out of abject poverty, doing what is right for the nation, making things green, sustaining the environment as a whole.
Meeting the people, learning about their countries, and then learning about Denmark when the students came.
and then going to their cities, learning their culture, staying in their homes, what they eat, how they live, what they do. It was crazy. It was really interesting. And then going to their schools, seeing how their education system is different from ours. So you really take all that in, and I'm still confused. I think I need like a day or two to organize my thoughts. I think we all do.
Compare Hector-Peterson with these tertiary schools.
They're really approaching the fourth industrial revolution.
I'm thinking of
While
application.
but South Africa is trying to approach
The
the
third.
fourth, while they are
In the first.
in the third. Like,
Hey, they are in the first industrial revolution.
and
they do way uniform.
Yeah.
We would like to do other global camps, maybe with a slightly other content in next year or next year again. Maybe also with other countries, of course. But I already have discovered that some of the countries who are here today, this week, they have arrangements for visiting each other after this global camp. And that's why I think we are on a highway now.
I'm back from Denmark, so I'm at home now. Things are a bit different, but I'm just getting on track again.
Denmark, like the trip as a whole was a great exposure to just actually see the other side of the world. From now, I see myself as an agent of development instead of just a young person complaining about the state of our country. But moving forward, us as Team Snack, we are hoping to actually undertake projects in our school to actually implement the SDGs and make them apparent throughout our whole school through posters and displays in the whole school, and to actually choose, we've chosen quite a few goals that we want to focus on, including zero hunger from the school and the community, and responsible consumption and production.
You know, in order to equalize our education system to the Danish education system, I think that the government should stop its corruption and give the money to the schools, because with education, there's a lot that we can do. I mean, we can end poverty, we can end inequality. If our government would just spend money on the right things, spend money on education, because education is the weapon that we can use to conquer the world, Nelson Mandela once said. So our government should do something good for the young ones, because we are the future leaders. We may be seeing 30% for the population, but we are 100% for the future.
Sufre wonyanko pon